Hey everyone, what's going on? Sean here from Worldwide Red Show. Listen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do me a favor, hit that like button, that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. If you're new, also hit that little notification bell. That way, every time we are live here on the channel. Listen, I know for some of you, it's Friday night. You're probably out with the feeling right, having a good time, having a nice dinner with the family. Maybe you're out chilling. Maybe you're 50 Centing it in the club. I don't know what you're up to, but I had a few moments this evening, and I want to stop before I get into this Derby preview and just say thank you to everyone who's taken the time to jump on the channel, get involved at all. For the guys that's hosting me, the ladies that's hosting me on their channels, thank you so much. I love talking about Manchester United Football Club. I love talking about the game of football. It's a passion of mine. And just all of you that take any time to watch this video, I just greatly appreciate you. No matter what side of the fence you sit on, no matter what club you root for, no matter how you feel, about your club, Worldwide Red Show, listen, everyone's welcome. And I don't care who you are, where you watch from. In my mind, if you love your club, you're a top supporter. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter if your opinion matches my opinion. Guess what? You're all welcome around here. Matter of fact, I love it when people disagree. Simply because I don't like echo chambers. They get boring because you talk about the same stuff over and over and over. So listen, I just want to say thank you because we have broken 100 subs, which may not mean much to a lot of you watching this because, most of us follow a lot of huge fan channels and big fan content, and we celebrate them. But I have a saying in life that peas don't mean much unless they're your peas, right? You say, what in the world does that mean? Well, you might not think peas cost much, but somebody had to plant them. So somebody who took the time to plant and work and do, when it grows, little is much, right? When you have a little and you're faithful with it and it becomes much, I'm just grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you. But anyway, let's talk to Derby just for a few moments. If you get on the stream live, I will be definitely taking questions and rapping back and forth with some of you. But like I said, this is very impromptu, and it's Friday night where I'm at, right? So it's dinner time here. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Over in the UK right now, it's late. It's late night eating time, late night chilling with the bay time, late night clubbing time. I don't know what people are up to, but I just want to take a moment coming from this side of the pond. Just got done having a little bit of dinner with the family and just talk about the Derby this weekend. It's so funny. I go on a lot of streams and a lot of platforms, and sometimes I say things that, just to be honest with you, I like to take the mick out of people and have fun and banter and all that. Sometimes people take what you say wrong, and I stand by everything I say. And people confront you about certain things you say. If it's a joke, I'll say, listen, man, it's a joke, calm down. But sometimes I mean it. And so I know somebody made a mention to me about a comment I made on an earlier channel about the game tomorrow. Here's the thing. I think, let's get into the prediction right away. I think Manchester United will win. I think we'll win the Derby tomorrow. I truly do. Just because if you know me, if you're around this channel long enough, you've known for over a year from seeing me on other channels that I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I love him as a player. I love the things he's done for our club. In a lot of ways, I've not felt that he was up to it as a manager for quite some time. For you that maybe don't know, this is a feeling that started with me since really Burnley before lockdown is when I really started to have big questions. But really, not even then. If you think about the semifinal, we lost to City in the manner in which we did it. Was it 2 seasons ago? That's when I was pretty much like, look, man, I always back the club above everything. But ultimately I just didn't feel like Ole was good enough. And I felt like in order for him to become that, he had to change some of his staff. And he's shown over the last few years, he's a very loyal guy. He's not going to change people out. So he's going to ultimately die on this sword because people want to compare him to Sir Alex. Sir Alex Ferguson, he would change his coaches often to make sure they stayed relevant, to make sure the team was getting everything it needed. And listen, make no mistake about it. The rot that exists at Manchester United starts at the top, right? The biggest problem in our football club are the leeches that own it, right? They are the biggest hindrance to this football club. You look at the Derby this weekend, we have a team in Manchester City whose ownership group has literally invested probably £1 billion into their club, where we have an ownership group that's taken $1 billion out. Now, I know people say, well, y'all are a bunch of spoiled crybabies. Y'all spend a lot of money. Yeah, but we spend clubs' money. We're not getting caught up in scandals where we're sending emails around telling people how we're going to cheat financial fair play because we don't make enough money to justify the amount of money getting pumped into our club. Now, if that sounds like a hater, yeah, I'm a hater, because the truth is, I wouldn't cry if we were owned by some big oil barons that wanted to win, right? Well, they're immoral. Well, first off, I get it, but how many billionaires out there that got $1 billion got everything morally, right? Even if they're moral, but their company does a bunch of stuff. Listen, at the end of the day, I am not going to Manchester United Football Club to teach me about religion, morality, and faith. If that's what I'm looking for, bro, I go to church. At the end of the day, I want a club that's competitive and ownership that wants to win. And quite frankly, we don't have it at Manchester United. So I've always given Ollie a little bit of slack, because I know that when it comes down to it, he's working with some mess above him. However, it's been almost 3 seasons now. We've seen the same stuff over and over and over again. And I had to talk about this derby for a minute, because Pep Guardiola, this guy is cracking me up. But before we go there, let's talk about why we're going to win. The reason we're going to win is simple. Ole. I've seen this is the 3rd straight season where we've been in some kind of bad run of form. The manager has been in a vein of form where he was absolutely clueless, and he manages to get good results. And this has always been my biggest complaint about our football club under Ole, is we're too streaky. You can't be like Seesaw FC. You're up for a while, then you're down, way down, then you're up, and then you're down. And listen, that works at some clubs, but at United, my desire is for us to win the league again. So you can't win the league that way. You're not going to get into the 80s and into the 90s points tally-wise. Especially, listen, when City and Liverpool are playing the way they've been, and they're back on top, like Liverpool doesn't have injuries, I think the African Cup of Nations is going to hurt them, though. But when you have these teams, you have to be around 90, right? You cannot do that being inconsistent. So my big complaint's always been our consistency. So here's the thing. Ole always comes out on top in these moments. When we are in a mess, he always comes out on top. So I don't care. Everyone's saying City's going to beat us 4, 5, 6. I don't see it happening. I mean, I don't. And so this clarifies my statement I made on another channel, in case anyone was upset about what I said. Here's what I was meaning by what I said about losing. I always want us to win. If anything, I wouldn't have minded us losing to Spurs, because if it progressed us into the next manager, then I was fine with it. But I hate losing. I don't ever want my team to lose, ever. So the frustrating part for me is that now I'm in this weird conundrum, because I don't want us to lose. I especially don't want us to lose to City. But at the end of the day, I don't want us to lose, but I also don't want us to have this manager. It's time to move on from it. I literally don't believe in the project anymore. I haven't for a while, but I really don't now. So ultimately, guys, I just feel like it's time to move on. That makes me a fake fan, makes me plastic, makes me whatever. I got it. But ultimately, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this dude is straight up like the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Dead, out, count him out, done. Look, he's out, right? My man just sits up, like he's there. That's how he rolls, Oh, it's good to see. Got a guest for me today. I wanted to bring a guest in as well. We're going to talk about the weekend. The wild man himself, the king of all Arsenal fandom. Steven, good to have you, sir. Welcome. If you guys don't follow him, go follow his content real quick. Listen, Steven, I just want to talk for a few moments about our games today. I want to talk about the derby. And also just want to take a moment to shout out everyone that subscribed, because I finally hit 100, even though I'm just now kind of getting going. So, got to celebrate the small victories. I see Connor is in the building as well. I have to send Connor a link here in a minute if he's around. But here's the thing, as an outside fan, right? As an Arsenal fan, not even, for a minute, you could boil all the piss you need to, but just for a minute, like, how do you as an outside fan view Manchester United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
I think he's doing absolutely amazingly. I think he's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, it makes you one of the most deluded fan base on the planet. Like, to think that you're actually gonna get somewhere. And he's done 4 years. He ain't won a trophy. He's got the thing is that he can't even win a community shield, or a preseason tournament. That's Arteta can win an FA Cup, and Ollie's not won anything. And how much
He
money
don't
has he
do well
had
against
behind him?
Arteta either.
And he can't even beat Arteta.
No.
Like people were saying like how bad Arteta was at the start of the season. Like this guy takes the thing to new levels, and but like but then again, why am I saying that? I'm an Arsenal fan. He's doing absolutely brilliantly. I think he's the greatest manager probably Man United have ever had.
I
Fuck
mean, like,
Fergie. Fuck Fergie. I think he's been fucking brilliant. I think we should keep him. I don't know what you're moaning about, mate. I don't like they're probably getting on you saying why you want him to lose. Oh, I mean, he should be they should be winning every game, right? Because his tactics are so delusional that it mystifies people so you can see him. You know. So
you get visitors and everything tonight.
but yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah, I think it's brilliant. It's like it's so delusional that they're so delusional that you mystifies opposition. So you can play either way, delusional or stupid.
I guess the thing that amazes me is if you actually watch, you know, it's hilarious. I saw this video that was
I
released
know it's
by,
hilarious. That's why I love watching it.
I think it was called Tifo Football or someone like that. They released this video where they're breaking down how Ronaldo and Bruno has affected the team. And they actually are breaking down on a board Manchester United's tactics. And so I'm watching this and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. I've been saying the same stuff for at least a year, but somehow I'm some hater plastic fan. But these guys get up and say it with their little board, and I'm sure people say, "Oh, wow, that's brilliant," you know. And I was like, "Well, listen, I don't. Maybe I am a little uh, crass or rude. People take it how I say things, just taking the mick and having fun. But I mean, I've been saying some of this stuff forever. It's quite obvious to me. To be honest with you, I think that Ole's man management is overrated personally. I think that the fact that this everyone loves him, I think that Donnie Van de Beek and Jadon Sancho will probably disagree with that statement a little bit. I'm sure Jesse Lingard might, if you get him in private, talk as well.
He's managed to get Jadon Sancho out the freaking England squad. He must
Yeah.
be happy.
Well, Van de Beek's out the Dutch squad. Alex Telles is no longer in the Brazil squad. How many players? I mean, he's this guy's got blood on his hands. I mean, he with how he's doing certain things. I get it that there's certain players that don't fit his idea of how they should play. That, but why are you buying them? Like we literally have zero plan, bro. Like here's the plan with Ronaldo. Ronaldo's sitting there thinking, look, I want to go somewhere, and here's what we do. Why don't we put a story out that Manchester City wants me, and that way I might end up back at United. So next thing you know, we get hearing all this stuff that Pep wants Ronaldo. First off, why would Pep want Ronaldo with how Pep plays? It's just weird to me. But I get it. City don't have a 9. They couldn't get Harry Kane. But here's the thing. United crapped themselves. They bought him for money, and they've made a ton of it, and they're going to make more. They could literally pay this guy. They could pay him $100 million over 2 seasons, which they won't, but they could and still make a bunch of money off of him because they're a bunch of freaking leeches, and that's what they do. That being said, we're winning 2-1 this weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and say because listen, when they sing the song in the crowd, we never die, we never die. Listen, they ought to change the words. Ole Solskjaer, he'll never die, because this guy, he is going nowhere, and he's going nowhere fast. Because at the end of the day, there's a certain element of fans. Bro, could you imagine what it would be like to be sitting? You're sitting at Highbury, right? And you're sitting there, and Tottenham comes in and slaps you 5-0. And in the 60th minute, they start taking the piss, and they're not even trying to score. Could you imagine? Now, could you imagine Arsenal fans when let's just say it ain't even Wenger, because Wenger, look at all he did at the club at one point. Let's just say it was Arteta, right? No, let's make it someone. Obviously, Arteta is some kind of club legend, allegedly as well, which he's not at all. But anyway, let's just say he is. Arteta's walking out of the stadium and the fans are clapping it. Are you kidding me? Like that, bro. That's how watched happen last week. I watched this happen. 5-0. 5-0. Now, as far as the game tomorrow, who do you guys have on the weekend?
We got Watford.
Oh, that's a bye for you. So you got 3 points.
I wouldn't guarantee that.
You'll win. You'll win. Your Arteta's pulling an ollie on you guys, man. He's streaky right now. He's on a good purple patch. I see some of your fans doing knee slides for tying Crystal Palace. I see your fans online right now. You're going to win the league. I've already seen this being spouted from your fan base.
That guy should just be blocked. The guy should be blocked off YouTube for trying to get freaking 5 minutes of fame. You don't actually believe that. You're trying to get yourself known on YouTube. That's
You know what's funny? I had a little tit for tat with a guy.
I will do it. The most outrageous statement just so I can get views and clicks.
Yeah.
They don't like you. Don't know those views and clicks are not because they like you, mate. It's because they think you're a fucking idiot.
You know what's funny? I had this tit for tat with a guy.
All of the whole of world football.
Yeah.
If you want to be the one that looks like the complete fucking idiot and makes us all look like fucking idiots, you jog on.
Yeah.
Because that's not something I want to look at.
Well, listen.
Sleep at night.
I had a guy tell me on football Twitter. He said that he has to become more negative to grow his channel. I was like, bro, you're full of crap. The fact is, all of the big fan channels, especially the ones that have a certain amount of people that really suck off the club and say what the fan base wants to hear. Listen, I'm happy I've got to 100 subs. I don't push my channel. But if I was all this last year and a half,
I got to 500 subs being most like.
Listen,
Maybe not being positive on Arsenal, but
I'm saying if I would have been like
positive can get.
If I'd be sucking off Ollie all this time, I'd have way more subs. Way more. I mean, because that's what people. There's a certain level of the fan base. They are obsessed with toxic positivity because they think that just because you're so positive, you're a good fan. Now, sometimes being positive. Listen, some of these guys, bro, they are like sitting there. You ever seen the movie Titanic where it's the boat is going under and those lads are.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Apparently, it's always the same ending. The ship sinks. They always manage to hit that fucking iceberg. I don't know how they do it.
Well, the funny thing is like
going on that journey, and all of a sudden they keep hitting that iceberg. I don't know what's wrong with them.
And I don't get these fans that are like those guys they're playing instruments while the boat's going down, but they're positive.
Your boat gets hit by like and it gets hit every fucking time and it don't sink.
You're right.
Ollie's boat keeps getting hit by that fucking iceberg.
Well, did you hear what Pep said?
It doesn't hit that fifth corridor where it fucking then tilts the freaking ship into the fucking sinking ship.
Did you see Pep's press conference? Pep
said turns it into a permanent lifeboat.
Dude, Pep said, Pep is a legend for this. They asked Pep they're asking about the derby, and they said, you've had a kind of a rough record against Ollie, and they're basically saying how Ollie's kind of gotten the better of him or whatever. Pep said, well, congratulations to Manchester United. Like, basically, I'm glad y'all have a trophy because you've won a few derbies, you prats. Like, Pep roasted us. Pep said, mate, we know what United are. Basically, get the ball to Bruno. They have fantastic players.
I know you want to talk about Man United. Just look at, listen to this from, this is Mikel Arteta. They start with Watford. Then they're going about Tierney's fitness and this, that, and that. On Tierney, they asked Mikel Arteta on if Tierney will play for Scotland next week. What the fuck has that got to do with a Watford press conference?
Dude.
Hang on. On whether Aaron Ramsdale should be England's number one. What the fuck are you on about? Smith
Yes, by the way.
They've asked him. I said, "How does it feel with on Smith Rowe and White not being in the England squad?" Well, how the fuck would he know? He was never picked for fucking Spain.
Dude, not just that. Think about Gareth Southgate. Did you see what he said about Mason Greenwood? This guy is a right, bro. He's a right muppet. You know, he said Mason Greenwood. Listen to this guy. He says, you know, he knows what he has to do to work harder, to do more for his club, blah, blah. So he spits all this crap. He's like, and he says, if he ever wants to have an England career, bro, first off, he's only like 19, 20 years old. He's one of the best talents ever produced in England. And you're talking about his English career.
Hang on. Sorry. I've got to stop it here. Hang on whether he could, and ask him when he asked about, obviously this is his 100th game in charge. It's the 100th game we've wasted under this man, right? On whether you could reach 1,000 games with David Moyes and others. I know I am nowhere near. I would love to have their recipe. Oh yeah, because David Moyes is doing so much better than you right now, isn't he? Like that he is still hands for the game because I have worked with him. To have the experience in something doesn't mean you've experienced everything that could happen in that journey.
Listen, bro, your club sounds a lot like ours.
Mate, if we had a waffling competition, this fucking guy would win. Like 100 games in charge. Like it's been an incredible, a big journey. A lot has happened, not only at the football club but around the world. But obviously, that obviously had a huge impact in everything we have lived in the last 2 years. But I'm so privileged to be where I am, and I really enjoyed playing the opportunity in China. Basically, you are so privileged because you get 6 million fucking quid in your pocket.
So let me ask you a question: Who lasts longer?
Who lasts longer?
Yeah.
Whoever's the most Arteta, because our fan base want to just suck Arteta off all the time, and so does me. Martin Keown did not want to admit. Basically, he was asked a question on whether you will replace Conte for Arteta. Now, every normal fan would go, yes. He was like, that's a stupid question because one's starting out and one's like already experienced manager. Basically, you don't want to admit that Conte's better than Arteta. That's Martin Keown.
Connor says that United are going to win 2-1, but he thinks Ollie is gone no matter what sometime soon. You know,
he's gone sometime soon.
I don't know. Like
no, because if you don't get top 4, it'll be a fucking riot.
Well, yeah. If you don't get top 4, and quite frankly, we're in danger.
Has already seen what they've done last season.
Yeah.
And you finish second. Could you imagine if you don't get top 4 with Ronaldo and Sancho and Varane?
Yeah.
Mate, and the fact they can't afford that, especially with Ronaldo being like, if you're going to finish 4 outside the top 4, to keep Ronaldo, you'd have to win the league.
So your Europa League Varane. Europa League Varane, is that what it is?
Yeah, Europa League.
It's that Champions League. Bro, listen, it might be all some master plan of Ronaldo because he's never won the Europa League. It's like his only trophy to complete his entire cabinet. So maybe his plan is for it to ultimately play in the Europa and win it. So he decided to pick United.
Yeah, but you tried that last season. What happened?
Yeah, but Ronaldo might be coaching now. Box says sack Ollie for who? You know, I'll get into the Ollie thing later. I want to do a whole show just on next week, hopefully, do a whole show just on managers, potential replacements, and what we would do. I think, you know, right now, the reason.
Hang on, they asked Arteta. Sorry, I just want to go on Arteta. They asked Arteta about on Conte's arrival whether Arsenal fans are worried. How about you go out fucking side and ask the fucking Arsenal fans? Fuck these Arsenal press conferences, right? These journalists are that thick and are that stupid. I might become a journalist. I might get some fucking money out of this. Right?
Well, I think they ask a lot of questions to appease the club. And I agree with this statement box, by the way. We won't get it. I don't think right now, because the only elite manager that was really wanting to go anywhere was Conte, and he went to Spurs. I don't think Zidane. I mean, there's a lot of traction about Zidane, but I don't think Zidane wants England at all.
What about Allegri?
Oh, I mean, listen. At this point, no disrespect. I mean, just about everybody is better than Ollie. I want to stay off of Ollie too much tonight because this is supposed to be my 100th sub celebration, and Ollie will kill my
Yeah, fucking
vibe.
do what you want, man.
Ollie kills my vibe. But anyway, Box, real quick, let me know too in the comments,
Mate,
any of
how
you
do
that
you
are
feel
watching.
how do you feel when I had 1K and I still had Arteta in charge?
What's that?
When I reached 1K, how did it feel when I had 1K and then I realised the next day I got to talk about Arteta?
Well, I mean, listen. He's a Gucci-fied man. That's all you need to
Oh,
know.
fuck off.
He's so in the comments, any of you
Speaking
what? Let me
Gucci,
know what you
Arteta's
think about the
fucking
game
Gucci. Shut up
tomorrow.
his ass.
So, what do you think? Just on the outside looking in, Stephen. What
Go
do you
on.
think is going to happen in the Manchester Derby? What do you think?
Man City don't ever lose 2 games in a row.
Mhm.
Ever. They're gonna actually tear you apart.
No, yeah.
They're
I don't.
gonna. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be put up to. It's gonna be put up after the watershed moment.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Well, I
make
mean,
sure match of the
KDB has
days at
been
half
off
10,
tilt
not
for a little
before
while.
9 o'clock.
I
They're
don't
gonna be
know if
uploaded
he's
on
just been played
Pornhub.
too much, but KDB, I don't even know if he'll play. You
Unlike
get
unlike unlike Arteta, where he could go to Pep, who's his best buddy, and go, "Don't kill me too much. Just beat me 1 or 5, right? 1-0 or 2-0 or something like that." Ollie doesn't have that sentiment. He'll destroy him quite happily,
well,
and then
this gets to the statement that I got some heat for, right? I made a statement on another channel that
gone.
that got clipped. That was whatever. That I if we lose, I want to take a slapping. I don't want none of this. We lose 2-1 or I don't want a close game. I either want to win because I don't think Ollie's getting sacked no matter what, and I hate losing the City. Period. So I want to win. I picked us winning 2-1. My statement was, if we lose, I don't want this close game crap. If Pep really has it in him, then slap us. I mean, slap us because keep the pressure on. That's just the way I feel. It's like I'm going to go out here and say, yeah, I want to
Doesn't make
lose
it
the City.
doesn't
But
make a
none
difference.
of
You still
this,
got no
oh,
point.
it's close and we barely lose or get a draw. I want to win. And if we lose, then slap us. The problem is Raheem Sterling hardly ever scores against us, if ever, because he sees AWB and just pees all down his leg. You have Jack Grealish, who's too busy worried about putting hair gel in his hair and fiddling with his socks because he knows he's a United fan. He knows he's a United player. He's perfect for Ollie because he's vibes and rock. And he's struggling a little bit under Pep only because Pep will listen. One of Pep's flaws for me is he coaches the baller out of you, right? He's going to make you a system player. And that's what's happening with Captain Short Socks right now. Then you have Philip Foden with his little fresh trim. Whatever. I hope someone kicks him. Then you have Fernandinho, that cheating prick who loves to take his tactical fouls all the time. If Riyad Mahrez and Bernardo Silva, if those two don't start, then I am in no fear. People say, well, who do you fear from City? Okay, Bernardo Silva always turns up against us. Riyad Mahrez is a beast, right? Jesus isn't Jesus. He may need to change his name. He's anything but the Holy One. He needs to go ahead and chill with that. Then you have, who do I fear from City? I'll tell you who I fear. Benjamin Mendy. That's who I fear because allegedly, who knows what he might do to me if he catches me in the club late at night. Allegedly. I don't know. Besides that, ultimately, I think we're going to win because this is what Ollie does. Ollie wins these games. Because here's the thing. There are guys in that squad who play their hearts out for him because they're not good enough. They know this. They know if certain managers come in, bro, it's Act City. So listen, and then all these people are like, well, so and so, he plays for the badge. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. First off, they all make a crap ton of money. Some of these guys make more money in 2 months than some people are making in 3 years, right? So here's the thing. These guys, they run and play hard. If you took my 42-year-old dad bod self and slapped me in a United kit, I would run like a maniac. I would kick. I would have better tackling stats than Scott McTominay. I promise you that. Passing stats might not be as good, but tackles, yes, I'd be right up there. Here's the problem. I ain't good enough. It takes more than just blood, sweat, passion, running and kicking people. And that's the thing about our fan base, that we so worship anybody that we think is playing for the badge, And the thing is, man, I get it, blood, thunder, passion, and all that. But I think there's certain things about the Premier League that I love the Premier League. It's my favorite league in the world. But as an American, I'm not married to it the way a lot of people are from the UK, obviously, where I hear all this, can he handle the physicality and the intensity of the Prem? And I'm like, what? Like David Silva did? Because he's all about 5'2.5". Let me guess. He's not big enough or strong enough or fast enough. Like what? Who? Sergio freaking Aguero? I think sometimes we don't rate skill. We don't rate good coaching. A lot of times it's just blood, thunder, and passion. And honestly, I'll tell you another league that has a lot of blood, thunder, and passion. It's vastly underrated, and it's France. Because Messi's finding out the hard way. Messi first game. See, he's just strutting through Spain after a nice little paella. He's having himself a good time. And he rolls up in the Spanish game, and they all bow down. In France, them jokers kick you. They kick you because they're scared of their ultras. They kicking people, right? And then if it's such a farmers league, why do all of our clubs try to rape France of all of their talent every freaking summer, right? I'm telling you, man, I think that some things we overrate, other things we underrate. But one thing that remains the same, Ollie is inevitable. Steven says he's taken a slapping this weekend, that Uncle Pep is rolling into town. He's coming in with all 38 Manchester City fans. He's bringing them with him. All of the blue side of Manchester. They're coming strong, 38 deep, right? And they're coming to Old Trafford to give us a hiding. My thing is, if we lose, let it be that way. Arsenal, you're winning this weekend. So, who knows?
Wait until Liverpool.
Yeah, well, when do you play them?
The week after.
Yeah, you're not winning that.
Yeah, we're going to get cut at City torn apart.
Well, where do you play them?
At Anfield.
Yeah, you're losing.
I think it's Anfield.
This is what I'll give Arteta. I think that he coaches park the bus football pretty well. He definitely don't coach Arsenal football. He don't coach Pep football, but he can park the bus. I feel like playing defensively.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
We struggle to break y'all down when we play.
Mate, did you see the first 3 games where we parked the bus?
No, I do know that. Didn't Brentford slap you off the pitch?
We got slapped off the pitch by Brentford, and then we conceded 5 goals against Man City and 2 goals against Chelsea. So to be honest, Chelsea could have scored 5 or 6 if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really played. He knows how to play part of the bus well.
Well, this is here's what's funny. This is why you've called us up, because you started the season with a hard schedule. We started with we were coasting. But here's the bad thing. I went back and looked at every game we've had this season. We've only had about 5 halves of football that were decent. That's it. And one of them was an entire game.
We don't sometimes have halves. We have about 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
So, listen, and this is what people don't understand about context, right? So people say, well, look, how can you cry about where you're at in the Champions League? You're in the top of your group. Let me explain. I don't know if people literally don't watch games, or they just, I'm guessing they don't. Because here's the thing. First game of Champions League, we got slapped.
Half of them are probably 12-year-olds. I don't understand.
Bro, listen, we got slapped by a team called Young Boys in the stadium called Wankendorf. You don't want to lose. First off, you don't be doing no wanking anywhere around any kind of Young Boys. You catch charges for that kind of stuff. We lost to Young Boys. Then we play Villarreal at home. They slap. If not for David De Gea, bro, they could have been up 4 or 5. And luckily, second half, miracles. We got beat all game, got a result. Cristiano's inevitable. Atalanta, one of the worst first halves I've ever seen. Terrible. Second half, individual brilliance, lucky goals. Ronaldo's inevitable. Atalanta again, terrible. Managed to draw.
Oh no, sorry, I wouldn't go there.
So we're sitting top, and it played horrible every game.
Liverpool? Oh no, sorry, that's Premier League.
Oh no! What?
I won't go there.
Did that happen?
Sorry, that was a Premier League. I won't go there, would I?
Did we play them?
Liverpool.
No. See, sometimes there's traumatic events that happens in life
It's like I didn't
that
think
you
that
just
was
have to
real.
bury it deep down inside. And bro, I'm telling you right now, that game broke me. It broke something in me. Like my kids even saw it because when we played
Sean,
Atalanta and
Sean,
Ronaldo
you
scored
think
that
that's bad?
equalizer.
You remember when you beat us 8-2, right? Do you know how long it took me to get over that? Because I was in hospital.
You're still
Right?
talking about it right
No,
now.
no, Sean. I was in hospital at the time when it happened. I was in hospital at the time, and I could barely get out of bed. And it was so painful to just get in a wheelchair, right? And then you got slapped this 8-2. Well, actually, I was. I don't even think I was out of the hospital. I think I was even out, not even out of intensive care yet. Right? Like, and I was having drugs pumped in me left, right, and centre to keep me comfortable. And you go and beat us 8-2,
Mm.
right? You didn't think about that when you back the fuck out of us.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this: if Klopp wanted to, they could have given us 8-0.
Mm.
I mean, it was that obvious, and it was sad. I mean, we took a beating, and honestly, I don't know when, if I'm ever going to get over it. That's a game that I will probably sit around in 30 years and remember and be angry about. I mean, it was that bad. And because here's the
That's
thing,
like us getting beaten 5-0 against Spurs.
bro. Listen when I started following this sport, and I had to choose a club, and I dove in and was doing some research, and I ended up a United fan. One of the things that meant to me that it was like destined to be was, on February 6th, quite, we have a remembrance every year about losing, the Munich disaster, right? The Munich plane crash. I was born on February 6th, so I was like, I had to be a United fan,
Yeah.
right? But here's the thing: I adopted all of the history and I've been to Old Trafford. I fly over. I do my thing, and bro, I was taught early on. What sealed it for me was the first match I was in. They were singing about Liverpool, and we weren't playing them. And I was like, oh my God, they hate these people that much. They're singing about them. And we were actually, it was a cold Tuesday night. We were playing Stoke.
That's the thing.
So,
Even Man City hate Liverpool. It's a Manchester Liverpool thing. It's not
yeah.
actually the actual clubs. It's the city thing. They
Yeah.
hate each other's city.
Yeah.
They think both cities. They think one city's better than the other. So
Yeah.
that's why they hate each other. It's rivals, city rivals. It's not actual.
And it's only like 30 miles apart, right? It's
Just a
close.
club. Yeah, it's the thing is they're both big. They're both like the biggest cities in North London, in Northeast England. So they're fighting each other to see who's the best city.
Yeah.
So it's not about really the football clubs. It's just that rivalry sort of stand into the football club.
Well, listen,
And of course,
all I
obviously,
know is
they're
this.
now the best two. Obviously, saying the best city, they're the two like competing to be the two best cities in Northeast England.
Well, when I first
Just like
got
I can only
heavy
say
into the
Northeast
game,
England because they can't say England because London's better. It's the capital. So there we go.
yeah, when I first started, this was
But
my
then there's also
education.
saying that they're the best two sides in the league now. So
Yeah, well, my education was simple. You hate Liverpool.
Mm.
You piss on Leeds, right? Like you hate Leeds. Those were the two hatreds. Then there was like very strong dislike with respect, but you still hated them. Arsenal, right? Because Arsenal and United were it. And then
we're more rivals than you are to Man City.
yeah, well, City. Back then, when I first started watching, kind of mid
because they
mid
just don't exist.
nineties. No. City. I'll tell you what. I actually watched a lot of City in the early 2000s because my favorite American player played at City, Claudio Reyna, and so
Did you hear about how they got relegated?
City.
Mm.
I
How
know
they got
they've been.
relegated?
I don't know how.
No. Last game of the season, they needed to win the game, and at one point in the game, with the score on the other side being the other score, the radio guy, someone in the stands was having it on the radio message was having like one of those radio phones, and he was listening to the game on the other side, and he said they needed a point, and it started filling around the stadium. They only needed a point, and drawing at the time. And this filters down to the coaching staff, right? And the manager. So the manager set them out to players to just play for the point. With about 5-10 minutes to go, he then realizes he's done his calculations wrong. They need to win the game, not draw the game. And they didn't have enough time to score a goal, so they got relegated by someone else giving them the wrong information.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I have.
Honestly, check it.
I have painful memories, especially of the Aguero goal. You know, that's one that.
Your first.
I still feel like
manager's face at the end of that.
Well, I feel like
that season online.
It was obvious the other club laid down to let that happen, in my opinion. But anyway, Stephen, where can people find you, man?
You can find us on SVT TV. We do Arsenal and F1 content, as well as football content as well. So you'll have football fans come on all the time.
Guys, go find Steven's channel, S Featley TV. You know how we roll. Just go support him, back him up, follow him on football Twitter. He says Uncle Pep is slapping us. So, man, Steven, thanks for that encouragement. And I'll chat at you soon, bro. I'll chat at you soon. Take it easy, bro. Guys, listen, real quick, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Shout out, thanks to Steven for jumping in. We want to do a quick celebration of 100 subs here at World Wide Red Show. Want to talk to Darby a little bit, real quick, down to the matchups. What do you guys think? Are we going to go 3 at the back again? Are we going to do 3-4-3, 3-5? Well, 3-5-2 turns to 3-4-3. Depends, especially the way we play it. The way we play it with Bruno's free rolls, definitely going to be more of a 3-4-3 when it's all said and done. What do you guys think Ollie will do? Do we have these injuries people are saying to where, we're not going to have enough center backs to go 3 at the back? I personally think we can still go 3 at the back, play Luke Shaw as a left-sided center back, bring in Alex Telles as a wing back. He's more of a natural winger anyway. I think that would be a great shout. How do I get on the show would be cool, man. Listen, how do you get on? I'll bring out, listen, any of you that would like to get on, it's my 100th celebration, so I only have a few more minutes. Let me, in just a minute, I'm going to send a link out into the chat. That way any of you guys can jump in real quick. But just as to the game, my feeling is simple. I feel like, I'm going to bring you guys on. Any of you that want to come on, Tragic's here. Let me shoot an invite to any of you guys that would like to come on real quick. I have a few moments left. We just around here celebrating 100 subs, doing our thing here, World Wide Red Show, just getting at it. Want to talk to Darby a little bit, where we stand, with this weekend. What do you think is going to happen? And guys, I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. Like, what do you think about the manager? What do you think about where we're going? Do you think we're going to win? Do you think we're taking a beating? Steven says Uncle Pep's coming for blood. And I know with that press conference, Uncle Pep sounded like he was coming for blood. He was not happy. He basically clapped for us for winning a few times. He was really, I don't know if you heard Pep's comments, but Pep was basically like, we know what Manchester United are. They're kind of individual brilliance FC. They got Bruno. They got these guys. They can make things happen. They try to get in behind. That's about it. No respect. Pep was given no. Listen, you ever know when someone's complimenting you, but they ain't really complimenting you and they're lying? That was Uncle Pep. He was as bad as Jurgen Klopp, acting like, he wasn't licking his lips to play United the way we're playing right now. Because here's the thing, and I've said it before, Bruno's free roll this season, mixed with, especially mixed with how Ronnie is playing, it's imbalanced our team. Not to say it can't work, because it absolutely can, but my problem is, can it, it can work, but can Ole find the solution? I don't know. Let me see real quick. Oh, I see Tragic tried to join. Yeah, Tragic, if you're there, you'll have to have a mic lined up. You don't have to have your cam on. You can have just a mic and just have your cam on lock, especially if you got your phone. That would work really well, unless you're out there with some Motorola Razr, old school, about my age. popping up the Razor like we did old. Bro, you don't remember the Razor? Y'all are too young. Some of you watchers don't know about the Razor. Everyone's all iPhoned up. But I grew up in the Razor days. So oh man, that's crazy. I see Tragic trying to get in, bro. Try again. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me do that. Yeah, I'll let Tragic try to get his microphone set up. If you need to, bro, just grab a phone. And that's how I used to always rock and roll when everyone streams the phone, but I'm not using that now. I got a whole different setup here. Now, it's crazy, guys. Listen, if you're on Facebook, do not get had by some of these ads that pop up and they show you this amazing thing you could buy for fairly cheap. Man, they got me good, man. This big thing popped up at Old Trafford. I'm like, oh, that's going to be a great background for my studio. Listen, I bought this art piece that's supposed to be Old Trafford that kind of goes together. Rubbish. Bro, I probably paid like $100 for that thing at least. They shipped this thing to me, and like a kindergartner had scribbled it. I'm like, yo, I was had. I don't know if you've ever had those Facebook experiences, but I have. But anyway, guys, listen, what is City going to do this week? I think that ultimately, if United don't sit back and play with more guys behind the ball, they're going to tear us apart. The thing that makes me real nervous with City is that if they play a false nine, they'll drop 4 into the midfield and we'll have 2 because Bruno, like I said, if he's not disciplined, we'll end up stuck. And we just don't want that. We don't want that. Anyway, I see my guys here. Tragic, welcome to the stream, man. How you doing? I don't hear you. You better get that mic. You better unmute yourself. Mic's not working. Uh-oh. Trying to get that mic right. Real quick, I'm gonna put you in the background. Just go onto your microphone there and try to test it. And once you see those green bars, you rocking and ready to go. Just one moment, guys. Sorry about that. My amazing, beautiful, fine as all kind of wine wife was in here. Hey, Crystal, come here real quick. I know y'all think I'm playing. Real quick, just say hello and look at people real quick. I want to see how fine you are. When they think I'm playing, how fine you are. Come on. Real quick, just smile. This is my wife, y'all.
Hey, everyone.
You know how we do it. We don't play around here. Ain't no scrubs. We ain't got no TLC stuff around here, baby. We got the real thing. La Chicana, Mexicana. You don't know about that. Anyway, are we good? Let's see if we got Tragic back. You there? Bro?
Hello.
Let's go.
It's good.
Uh-oh.
Okay, nice. Awesome.
Yeah, you're live.
Okay,
What's
nice.
up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Good. So where are you calling from again?
Morocco.
Oh, Morocco.
Yeah, man.
That's right, but you're a Yank. You're just over there chilling.
Yeah, man. I'm over chilling. Yeah.
Okay, so what's going on with United this weekend? What do you think's going to happen?
Dude, honestly, I think we're gonna get smacked. Honestly,
Oh,
I think
yeah?
we're gonna get smacked 3-0. Yeah, man. It's how Ollie works. It's
3
how Ollie
million.
works, you know.
Bro, the Ollie tax is hefty, they say.
Yep. Yeah, man. Salamander.
Bro, I don't know. I'm telling you, Ollie's inevitable, bro. He's inevitable.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this guy don't go away. I'm telling you, I'm going 2-1, 3-0. I think if it gets to that point, bro, I think Uncle Pep puts the gas on and he might smack us even more.
Yeah, man. You know, Pep is a really good manager. It's like, you know, I'm a lifetime Real Madrid fan. You know, I've been there when we had that big rivalry against Barcelona, and you know, Pep was a really big competitor, especially when he had Samuel Eto'o in the team. That was a really
Samuel Eto'o was a beast, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, he was crazy.
Him and Uncle Pep had a falling out though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It had something to do with like Eto'o said it was because he was African or something, but you know,
Yeah. There was a lot of that, but also I think some of it was. I think there was this time where they were just forced. They were going to force Messi through no matter what. So, I mean, listen, I have to say by obligation, my favorite player of all time is CR7. But the truth is, my favorite baller of all time is Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho,
sure.
he was the guy. But it was like they were forcing guys out to let Messi come through, especially guys like Ronaldinho. They didn't want Messi in the club with him, getting it in with like 7 or 8 different honeys. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to mess Leo up. But so you're saying 3-0.
3-0, man. 3-0.
Box is spot on with this. Look, he's right. That's what I'm saying. Deco, Ibra, all kinds of people. And a lot of these guys, they don't like Pep. Because here's the thing. I was trying to say earlier, people want to argue me. Pep, I love Pep as a manager. I think he's hilarious, especially now that he's getting real nasty. Like, I don't know if you saw his press conference about us, but he was like, he was going in on us, basically being a smart aleck. I got time for it. But here's the thing. Pep, he coaches the baller out of people. Like, he's the worst manager for Jack Grealish, in my opinion. Because Grealish is like free-flowing, gunslinging, hair gel flying. He's that guy, right?
Yeah.
Not now. You know, Pep is like, nah, we don't play that way, sir. You go do what I say, or you go ride pine. That's just how Pep rolls. So you're saying 3-0. Do you think we'll revert to the 3 at the back again, or what do you think Ollie might do?
All right, so I'm thinking he's going to start 5-3-2, you know, as he did against Tottenham. But again, if we lose a fullback again, I think that's what happened against Atlanta. I think he's going to revert back to the 4. What's it called?
4-2-3-1.
Yeah, 4-3-1. Yeah.
He'll definitely he'll revert to type. My thing is, I feel like if Lindelof isn't injured, we might definitely see a 3 at the back. If Ollie had any mercy at all, he would seriously consider benching Harry Maguire.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This guy
is so bad, man.
If he's going to have a United career, at some point someone needs to sit him down and let him think about himself, because the pressure, the armband, I don't know if you've seen his comments. This guy is in meltdown mode. And he should have never got the armband to begin with.
Man. That's so weird when he got the armband. It's like, honestly, it's crazy how he's even the captain still, you know.
Yeah.
It's the thing about Ollie, man. It's very bad.
So how long have you felt that Ollie kind of wasn't the guy, like for you?
All right, man. Don't laugh at me, but like, I think about a month ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been on the train for a while.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, I totally understand why a lot of people. Here's the thing, bro. Everyone, I think, wanted Ollie to succeed, and I think what really flipped it for me, like I said, it started for me probably 2 seasons ago. But I admit it that this is a fact right here. Well, I'm going to talk about this. I don't even want to clip that up there. Bro, that is a fact. People are, man, just so soft. It ain't just football, man. It's society in general. People can't even have a normal conversation of disagreement where people have a meltdown. It's like, just because look, here's one thing I've learned in life. Everyone that calls you on your crap ain't a hater, right? Some people love you enough to challenge you. And listen, he's right about this. Bro, listen, Box, I feel like, and this is the problem with our club. Our club is too nice since we brought Ollie in. Our best leader is probably Paul Pogba, and he always has a smile on his face. He's more like the leader that's one of the homeboys. Everyone's dancing, having fun. It's all vibes. And Paul Pogba ain't trying to fight any of his teammates. You have to have at least one prick. And I just don't see it. Like, I don't see it. I think that Harry Maguire, where he really killed me, was when Anthony Martial got ejected against Spurs in that 6-2?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where Harry Maguire didn't come to his defense. That annoyed me. I mean, you're the captain, bro. These guys trying to fight your guy, and you just sitting around like a punk. Man, I don't have time for that.
Dude, even against Liverpool. Remember when Ronaldo hit what's his name?
Oh, yeah.
No
one tried to back Ronnie, did they? Bruno came in. Bruno had to. He ain't getting back on the national team if he don't come in, right?
Oh, yeah, facts. Yeah.
but I mean, nobody else really did. And Box is right on the money. There's a mentality that's missing, amongst some people. And I'll tell you who has it. Here's the thing: City has it in abundance. They've got two guys right now that remind me of this. They have two that I know of. City has Fernandinho, who is filthy. He's a dirty cheat. He'll kick. He'll foul. And they have Ruben Diaz. Diaz don't play games, and this is the thing that I think United are missing. I think Ollie is such a nice guy. It's one of the things that's kept him in his job. But for me, a few years ago, the way we lost to Burnley. But again, I always preface this by letting people know that when we had Mourinho, I wanted Pochettino. So I was on a Poch wagon way before people were even talking about it, because I have a really good friend who's a Spurs fan over in London, and he just waxed lyrical about Poch all the time. And after watching what Poch did at Spurs, I thought, well, our board sucks, their board sucks. He brings through youth, he develops players. I mean, look what he did with Harry Kane. This guy, we had Rashford and Martial, and man, Poch could really do some work with this squad. And so I liked how they pressed and how they high tempo and all that. And Poch wasn't a big baller manager yet. So I felt like if he would have came back then and really and been successful, then he would have been like our Pep. You know what I mean? Like we could have had like our next new guy. And so I always, had a little bit of agenda, not too bad with Ollie, but when the Burnley game happened 2 years ago, that thing right there, I was like, are you kidding me? And then when the way we lost to City in the semi, I'm like, man, there's just something not right. Then we lose in another semi, especially to Sevilla. And then, you had the Başakşehir game last year. So many terrible losses. The Everton lost, the Cardiff lost, the Newcastle lost. All these bad losses, and I'm thinking, there's just too many for this to be a coincidence that we're like, okay, and then we're bad, and then we're okay. And after seeing it for 2 seasons, last year, I was done. But I just didn't want to be all toxic and yelling Ollie out. As far as being all screaming about it, because he's not going anywhere, so it's not productive, But I feel like, on the other hand, people that have just blindly backed Ollie and they say, well, just always support the club no matter what. That's like I was saying with Steven. That's like the guys in the movie Titanic when you got the boat sinking and those guys are sitting there still singing and playing the instruments. I'm like, bro, I know you think you're supporting the journey, but the ship is sinking. Like you better jump ship, right?
Yeah, it's like when the fans started singing when he got slapped by Liverpool.
Bro, that was
tough.
When
they started singing,
clapping
exactly
for it.
Like that. Yeah,
that's when I knew the club had successfully lowered our standards as an entire fan base. When they did not sack him, right after that. This is not about whether you like Ollie or not. It's about just professional results and pride. It wasn't like we lost to Southampton at home, right? It was Liverpool, and it was the manner in which, and it was brutal. So, bro, you're saying 3-0 tomorrow.
3-0. Yep.
You're saying we go on the back. So, who in City's squad would concern you tomorrow?
Actually, let me look at their squad real quick. Let me make a diagnosis.
Yeah, who do you think would really, really bug you? For me, Riyad Mahrez is a guy I don't want to see playing unless we're really losing, because he can stick it in. Another one's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva is a guy that can give us some trouble, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So those are the two for me. That I know people will say KDB, and then you have, like I said, Jack Grealish, Raheem Sterling. Who else do they? Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, Mahrez is the guy, bro.
Oh yeah,
Mahrez.
Yeah.
Listen, Mahrez is rocking that North African swagger, bro.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, he's with. He's got that teamwork with what's his name in PSG.
Dude,
Hakimi.
Yeah, Hakimi is.
Yeah,
he's solid, bro. You know what the thing is? I could. It's so funny. I've spent some time watching PSG. I watch different clubs in the Champions League just because I see the English clubs all the time. And I would say right now, Poch is listen, that PSG team not only is imbalanced, they don't play nothing like the Spurs team did. And I'll tell you this for free. I'm not a fan of Harry Maguire, but I'm gonna tell you this: Kimpembe is not much better. That dude, I'm telling you, he is a walking PK waiting to happen. He's like Harry Maguire with obviously more pace and some of them German vitamins, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Them German shots you get over there in the Bundesliga. They have a brother. Yeah. You show up looking like little bitty Popeye. You play at Bayern for a season. That's like my guy from Canada over here, Alphonso Davies. My guy went to Bayern, and some little scrawny guy. Yeah. Bro, he's looking like Booker T right now. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, exactly. He's looked like Mark Henry almost.
I'm like, I don't know what they're feeding you over there, bro, but you ain't getting that from beer and sausages. I'm telling you, I don't know what they feed them at Bayern. But what's that other guy that went there, got jacked? Goretzka. Bro, Leon Goretzka. That dude right now looks like He-Man. I'm like, I don't know what they're doing in Germany, bro, but it's something serious. Bach says United should be scouting. Yeah. You know, I agree completely, Box. And obviously on that list, you have two names that majorly stick out in a lot of fans' minds. Nagelsmann, for a lot of people's a dream. He is a phenomenal manager. He really is. If you're looking at how he coaches, if you like his style, I'll tell you who we could get right now. But he's not ready for a major club yet. And that's the American, Jesse Marsch. Jesse Marsch can coach his socks off. Look what he's done. He gave Liverpool fits last year when he was with Salzburg. They moved him to RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig loses Nagelman. They lose Upamecano. They lose Sabitzer. And they lost at least one other player because that's what Bayern does. They just buy up their whole league. But Jesse Marsch went there, and, bro, they look almost just as good. But, he's not ready for that next step. He needs to go to another club first before he gets a big club. Nagelsmann would be an amazing get. Zidane, I just don't think Zidane wants to come to the Prem, right?
He's trying to go to PSG, right?
Yeah, I think so. But the other thing, dude, I don't know why people underrate Zidane so much. This dude won 3 Champions Leagues. They're like, oh, well, yeah. Box, I forgot Konate, Werner. Yeah, dude, all these guys, Jesse Marsch don't have any of them, and they're still balling, man. They are balling. But watching PSG, bro, they are imbalanced. You have Neymar, who is one of the best players in the world when he cares. He cares a lot of times less than Paul Pogba. So, I mean, Neymar he's allowed to just vanish and go to his sister's birthday party and do God knows what. So Neymar plays when he wants. You have Messi isn't ready for the physicality of France so far. Messi ain't liking the fact they kick over there. And he's not blended in well. You have Icardi has done lost his mind because his old lady that he stole from his old former teammate, she's done rocking back with the guy he stole her from. She's back letting him knock her boots. Allegedly, I saw the pics on the gram. So now Icardi is a nutcase anyway. Now he's gone. Ander Herrera, my guy, he's out here getting robbed by hookers. You got so and allegedly he just saw her on the side of the road, and what had happened was he was just going to say hello. He thought she might have been lost. I don't know. I'm just going by what
San Andreas kind of stuff, man.
Bro, then you have Kimpembe in the back, trash. You got Sergio Ramos, right?
Never played yet.
Played one game. I don't think he's played one game.
It pisses me off that they stole our captain. So I'm a Real fan as well. That they stole our freaking captain, and they're not even using him.
Bro, he hasn't played yet. You have Marco Verratti, who is a flat-out stud of a baller, but he's always hurt. He's on that Paul Pogba training table, hurt at least once a year, right? This is the first year I can remember Paul Pogba not being hurt, but it's probably because he's been benched most of the season, so he hasn't played long enough to get hurt, right? So, the thing is, we have really
that's getting like red cards off the wazoo as well.
Dude, I'm telling you, can you imagine Poch comes into that in the practice, right? In the training, and he sees Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, and Di Maria. And he goes, here's what we're going to do. We're going to press high. Yeah, y'all going to press and work hard. Messi's like, bro, I haven't walked more than 5% of a match for 10 years. I'm not pressing nobody. Right?
Yeah,
Neymar's like,
press, yeah.
I ain't pressing. Mbappe, he wanted to go to Madrid in the summer, made it plain. I think that's had a huge negative impact on their squad. Bro, people that assume that because they bought well last year that they were just going to win everything. It doesn't always work that way. And you know what's funny? When we buy well, people say, well, all he needs a year or two to bed these guys in. But then when they start talking about Poch, they throw a fit. Because for some reason, most Manchester United fans have this weird obsession with Pochettino because for some reason they think Ollie's better, that they make it their life's aim to kill Pochettino. And I'm like, listen, I ain't saying Poch is Uncle Pep or Jurgen Klopp, but he's shown enough better than Ollie. Right now, Ollie hasn't proven he's better than Sean Dyche. And for people that want to argue about it, just ask yourself this question. Take your loyalty to Ollie out of it and ask yourself, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keep Burnley in the Premier League? Sean Dyche has for like 3 or 4 seasons. And I want them jokers to get relegated. Well, Tragic Man, thanks for jumping in real quick. So you're saying 3-0?
3-0, man.
3-0? How's the heat over there treating you? You doing all right?
Oh, it's cold today, man. It's getting cold.
Oh, it's cold. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm
stay safe. Keep doing your thing, bro. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for being one of the 100. Yep. And man, just big up. I'm gonna send you some links from time to time, man. Jump on, and that goes for any of you in the comments as well. We're gonna keep this thing rocking, man. Thank you for jumping in, bro, and I'll chat with you later.
All right, likewise, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, bro. Blessings. Box is on it right now. Box is like, look, Poch turn, bro. Listen, Poch has literally improved every single club he's went to. Every single one. Even PSG, if you look at their numbers, what they are now, as far as, all the stats, success and stuff to what they were under Tuchel. Tuchel's a demanding guy in such a way that he had a falling out with some of the big guys, and it cost them. And that's why I told people when they're like, oh, Poch is going to PSG, he's going to win everything. I said, yeah, he'll win the Cup de France. He'll win League One. He'll do all that. But PSG is a poison chalice. They are. Until they get the type of director of football that kills the player power. Because, Tuchel said Neymar would literally go to the chairman and be like, look, this is what I'm doing. Tuchel's like, why ain't dude in practice? Oh, he's back in Brazil, kicking it at his sister's birthday party. Bro, it's a madhouse over there. So you can't expect – I have no expectations for them. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid to play them with all their talent. I wouldn't. Mbappe don't want to be there. You have Neymar. You don't know what Neymar you're going to get. On his day, if he cares, he's I'm talking best in the world status. But how often is that? 1 every 5 games? They literally – Tuchel said this. He said it was almost impossible to to really encourage these guys to want to win Ligue 1. He's like, they just didn't even have care. Tuchel struggled. And this is true as well. I mean, Poch has got some good arguments for Box has good arguments for Poch. I think, bro, listen, I think you're right. I think he really they bottled their chance, but again, Spurs bottled their chance. The year Leicester won it. But I mean, it was almost written in the stars for Leicester, wasn't it? It was like one of those once in a lifetime situations. But Poch had 3 straight windows, he got no money. And that's, here's the thing. The thing that scares me a little bit about Poch is if he come to United, I think he could build on what all he's done and do well. The problem is if Poch doesn't win something significant at PSG, either the league or the Champions League, if he comes, he might end up being a yes man. Poch was a yes man until they won. As soon as they won and got to the final, he started kicking off. But here's the other thing about Poch. I think that after they got to that final, his head was turned by United and he thought he was coming. And it just didn't work out. Because I think Sir Alex has wanted him. I know that Ed's wanted him. But, the fans are very loyal. A large portion of the fans are very loyal to Ollie. And that's fine. If you want to back Ollie and believe he's the guy, hey, listen, that's your right to do so. I mean, hey, good on you. I think that everyone wanted to believe the dream. What would have been better than to lift the Premier League and the Champions League with Ollie at the wheel, right? That would have been awesome. But it was just quite evident to me early on that it just wasn't going to happen. I just wasn't about to be all nasty about it. Again, I make jokes or whatever, but this is YouTube, man. This is entertainment. That you guys are going to sit around and watch and talk and have a good time with me if we're not even having some fun, right? That's all part of it. But again, and for all of you that will tune in, all of you that are watching, thank you so much. We went over 100 subs, and I just want to say I'm appreciative to each and every one of you. For so many of you that jump in all the time. Real quick, Box, I didn't see if you're still there. Any of you that are still there, real quick, put your Box is flat. I want this as a team. Put your score prediction in the comments, if you will. If you don't want to hit that link I put in the comments up above and jump in for a minute, then just let me know what you think of the Manchester Derbies. What's going to happen? I personally think that there's a good chance that we go back to the 4-2-3-1 tomorrow if we have some of the injuries we've heard about. Will Ollie play 3 at the back? A lot of people are saying that he will. I'm not so sure. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think that the key to this game is the first 15 minutes. I think that the longer that United can keep this game tight, the more the Derby nerves kick in. The more Jerry done said 2-1 City. Jerry, you ought to jump on this stream right now and explain yourself to these people how you could say such a thing. I'm saying 2-1 United. Box comes out swinging, Box says, and I agree. I agree. He says, listen, if it's anything like Liverpool, we might take a hiding. 6-2. Listen, I said this on Usman's channel. I reiterate, I don't want to lose because I don't think Ollie's getting sacked. If it's 10-0, he might go. Maybe. He'll still be getting clapped off. I do know that because that's just how some of our fans are, no matter what. If you can take that L to Liverpool like that, listen, I'm only 42. I can tell you this for free. I'm going to be salty at 62 over that. Salty. I'm talking salt and vinegar crisps because I know y'all don't call them chips over there. Y'all call fries chips, right? We call them fries, papas fritas. Y'all call them crisps, right? Look, and by the way, there's some good crisps over there. I had these one crisps I was on the Virgin train jumped the Virgin train in Milton Keynes. It was rolling up to Manny to Piccadilly. And man, they had these crisps. My homeboy actually got some good tickets. We were sitting in the first class that day. And they had these good crisps, man. I can't remember which one. I think they were Walkers. I can't remember what it was, though. But, man, Jerry, what you saying, fam?
I literally just put my do-rag on ready for bed.
Bruh,
I saw you.
You trying to get it tight. Listen, don't be on Kojo's stream and not be wavy, bro, because he just got a fresh trim. He's on hit, bro. They hit him with the 0 on the side. Tightening up real nice.
I saw you was live, and yeah, man, tomorrow or today, look, it just turned 12 a.m. here. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's the Manchester Derby, but I don't see us winning, man. Honestly, like I know City lost their last game, but
Uncle Pep don't like to lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see Uncle Pep's his press conference?
Yeah,
about us?
Yeah. It was a bit spicy.
He said, "Bro, you ever know when someone's trying to compliment you, but you know they're lying?"
You chatting rubbish, isn't it?
He was like, "Yeah." They're like, what do you say about losing to United under Ollie? He's like, "Well, congratulations to Manchester United." Bro, he was like, "Listen, these congratulations for your you beat me trophy."
Yeah, that's basically what he said. Literally.
Bro, Uncle Pep was choosing violence,
Yeah, man. That's even scaring me even more, man. Like tomorrow, he might choose violence, and they can give us another Liverpool like last time because the way we're defending with Varane out, Maguire doing Maguire things, I'm scared, man. Like I'm not looking forward to this game, bro.
Bro, I'm changing Maguire's name, bro. He's no longer Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to go with Prisnell Maguire or Harry Kimpembe, but I swear down.
Hey, Kimpembe.
I swear down, these two guys, bro.
Yeah.
The only difference is, I was telling Tragic, the biggest difference is that Kimpembe is fast, and Kimpembe done been taking them trips over to Germany, getting them alleged Wittmann shots, right?
Yeah. I was watching the last game they played in the Champions League. He
tragic.
has no sense, man. He just, bro. When you play the group, I was thinking, he reminds me of Maguire. He's just there's nothing.
Bro, he gave Ollie a job, you know.
Oh yeah, with the
Remember the chicken wing?
Yeah.
This Brad. Paul Pogba should have slapped him up, but Paul was like, nah, man, he's a little too big for that. So we going 3 at the back or what, Jerry? What do you think?
Yeah, I think 3 at the back, man. After the Liverpool game, I don't think he goes back to the 4. Obviously the last game he did it because I think he was chasing the game, it was 1-0 down. Obviously he doesn't trust the likes of Tellers and whatnot. So I think even today in his press conference, he's talking about Lindelof. The way he was talking, Lindelof's gonna play tomorrow.
Listen, bro, Ollie, man, I've tried to love this man. You know, I've really tried to think about. You know, I don't know if Usman done told you I done sung Ollie's at the Wheel on his channel. But I changed the song.
Okay.
I mean, I've tried to love this guy, man, but bro, he's really starting to make me not like him. You know,
yes.
Like when he said, "Did you hear him talking about?" First off, he compared us to Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Then he tried to compare us. Then he tried to talk about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up, fam. I'm like, bro. Okay, so I grew up with a lot of demographic because of my family's mixed, right? So I grew up not with people that look just like me. Mm-hmm. And I was a baller. We played ball, not football or soccer, as we say over here. I played basketball. Right? I played up in the college. Bro, I would dunk on people and then ask them, maybe running their mouth. I'd be like, look, ask your girl about me. She'll tell you. Right? Yeah. Bro, I was terrible. I ran my mouth. I know you won't believe that, but I talked trash, had a good time, right? Yeah. Listen, this dude is going to talk about the GOAT. Talk about Michael Jordan like he knows anything about Michael Jordan. First off, Michael Jordan had Phil Jackson, bro. He had the greatest coach, arguably, of all time, running a specific system. This system was so tight. He had Michael Jordan had ballers around him that he made better. Mm-hmm. Bro, I love Ronaldo. Like, as a United fan, I felt obligated to say he's the GOAT. Yeah, I have to say that, but for me, it's always been Ronaldinho. But that was I love Ronaldinho, but I love Ronnie, right? I love CR7. But let's not get it twisted. CR7 does not make the team around him better.
No, it's just about him.
Yeah. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting with Ronnie, right? You're going to get goals and all that. But he's not there to make people better. He's there to shine. People are like, I've seen people with the little Squid Game meme. Listen, bro, he ain't trying to save Ollie. He's saving about Ronaldo.
Exactly.
He's here to get goals to add to his legacy. Yeah. Because he knows Haaland is on his rear end in the Champions League in a few years. He ain't liking that. Yeah, so you're saying you think that Lindelof's going to play? Yeah,
man. The way he's saying it, he said he's doubtful. I've heard that before.
Bro, I had a bad back all last season.
Exactly. And he played a lot of games. So for me,
they did the Rashford, bro.
Oh, mate. So he'll probably play Lindelof and Bailly and Maguire. Just a straight swap. So Varane out, Bailly or Lindelof back in. Left back, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka. McFred starting. Bruno, Ronaldo, and Rashford. I think I've named the actual starting lineup. I'll be surprised if that's not the starting lineup tomorrow.
Tragic out here with Real Madrid glasses on, talking a bunch of craziness. Bro, I remember CR7 when he was doing step overs, going crazy, rocking the red number 7. Don't make me go downstairs and get it and put it on, because I was much smaller back then. If I put that thing on, I look like some bangers and mash by the time we're done. Straight sausage, bro. If I put that 7 on that I got in my closet. But listen, I feel like as long as Bernardo Silva doesn't choose violence and Riyad Mahrez choose violence, I think we're fine. Those two guys always, I don't know what it is about those two guys, man. But
the one I'm scared of those is Phil Foden, man. I think
his little dead trim trying to look like he's from around the way.
Phil Foden is quality.
Yeah, he's an amazing baller, ain't he?
Yeah, man. He's the one I'm more, keeping my eye on, because he's magic, man. I don't even think Mahrez will start, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll start.
Bro,
Yeah.
Foden to me, it fits good in what Pep does. I'll tell you what's a tragedy for me is Jack Grealish under Pep.
Yeah.
Because Grealish, right? He's a gunslinger. He's a United player.
Yeah, he is.
Pep coaches that out of you. Pep is like, nah, we ain't got time for all this. This is what you're going to do. This is where you're going to be. This is how you're going to play. Pep's going to coach the Ronaldinho out of you or get you out the squad. Yeah, he will. Jack out here running around oozing sauce. Jackson, bro, you know how much money we would have made off of Grealish just from hair gel sponsorships alone?
That's me. He fits the profile, man. He fits the profile. City, 100 million on Grealish was, I think, obviously it's his first season. Like normally when wingers go to City, it takes them quite a while to get settled. But
Pep would have coached it out of him. He'll be good next year.
Yeah, but 100 million is just a bit tragic.
Are you worried about Raheem?
He doesn't score against us.
No, he doesn't. Bro, he has literally given AWB a career.
Yeah, you'll get a whole section tomorrow when they analyze the whole game. Him versus Wan-Bissaka. They're gonna spend like 10 minutes talking about it.
Yeah, he's giving AWB a career. He really has. I don't fear. I mean, again, Riyad Mahrez to me is quality, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest with you. I don't like Foden, and the reason I don't like him is because of privilege. Because
I understand that. Yeah.
I mean, Mason wasn't the only one in the room, bro.
Bro, do you see the Mason Gareth Southgate's comments about Mason? I'm shocked. Like,
I almost bought a ticket, you know. I'm an American. We choose violence. I'm gonna fly over and slap a man. I'll slap a man. It ain't even allegedly. The last time I was discussing something with the police, this was a few months ago. I had a run-in, got real ugly with a neighbor. And the police was like, look, sir, there was a lot of threats. I said, all due respect, officer. I didn't make one threat. Well, did you say this and this and this? I said, everything I said wasn't a threat. I meant every word as a promise. I said, it was a promise, wasn't even threats. This dude made me so mad with those comments, bro. How is he not fired immediately? Like, think about what he said.
I know
one of the greatest talents England's ever produced. And you out here talking about his potential future career in England when he's like 20? Bro.
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was fake at first, but then I saw a lot of reports saying the same thing. I said, did he really say that? Like what? We got Harry Kane there, who's been so rubbish this season. I don't know how, obviously captain privilege. Sterling even, I don't know how he's in the England squad. He doesn't even play for City. And then Mason, Sancho, Lingard.
Mason got more goals than Harry Kane.
Yes.
He has more minutes than Phil Foden and Saka.
Well, there you go, man.
I heard from around the way that there could have been a dispute with his Mason's family in Southgate. I've heard that on a stream somewhere. I don't know if that's true, but something happened because, I mean, man, it makes me mad. And again, Phil Foden was the one with a pregnant homegirl.
Yeah.
When they got caught up in the hotel just doing what young men do, as if it's all on Mason, right?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Listen, when you grow up like me, and here's the thing, I can say what I want. People say, oh, you only use a race card or whatever. Listen, first off, I'm a libertarian, right? I don't know what that means in Europe, but in America, it means I can't stand the government. I don't play any cards. The Republicans get on my nerves. The Democrats get on my nerves even worse. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm going to call things the way I see it. And if you can't see when it's quite blatant, even if it's unconscious bias, there's systemic bias that exists in people where you want to treat one person differently than another when they're doing the same thing. It's annoying. That stuff just ticks me right on off. And one of the reasons it does is because it's from a mixed family and my wife's Mexican. You might have missed her showing her fine stuff up on the stream earlier to celebrate 100. Yeah, Jerry, listen, I got it good, man. I got it good. Listen,
bless up.
But listen, here's the thing. Like, I got kids that are light and I got kids that are dark.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is the world we live in. So I see things. And it's annoying to me. This period of time in life, we even still having these
conversations. It's unbelievable.
The stuff that I saw in our group chat earlier,
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Bro, people can say what they want about America. America is not nearly as racist.
Nah, Europe.
People want to make America seem racist because in America, racism has been politicized, so it's used as a political weapon. So it's all politics. So you'll hear stuff, that's why people, you see pictures of even. I mean, I wasn't a Trumper at all, but you see pictures of Trump like 20 years ago. He's chilling in the cut with old boy and old girl. And I'm like, yeah, okay, he's kicking it with them if he's a real racist. But everyone's a racist in politics when it benefits them, right? And that stuff gets on my nerves. Then the real people in real world have to deal with this stuff, and then people want to put their head in the sand. It's just annoying to me. It's annoying. When I heard the stuff in our group chat earlier, I was like, man, I couldn't believe it.
It's disgusting, man.
I couldn't believe it. But you're saying, what are you saying about the game? What do you think is going to happen?
It's an early kickoff as well. I hate those, man. Like it could just ruin the whole weekend for me. I'm
glad that our clocks haven't went back yet here. So
that's what you're complaining about on Twitter. You've been missing school.
I'm only 5 hours right now. So tomorrow I'll be able to get up at like 5. I'm good.
Oh, so yeah, it'll be 5. So 6:30 kicking for you then, innit? 5, 6, 5, yeah.
Okay.
So
it'll be 6:30 tomorrow, I believe. What's the kickoff tomorrow? 12:30.
12:30, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be. Oh, actually no, 7:30 here. I might get to sleep.
Yeah.
my kids got games tomorrow morning too. Not to sick. I didn't even realize that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that after the Liverpool game, he even said that today we've moved on. I'm sorry, I have not moved on. What do you mean? He just brushed it under the carpet like we'll forget. No, I've moved on. Listen, okay, I get it. The team has to move on, but you have to use that game as fuel for this game because this is the first game at Old Trafford since that game, and surely we can't get embarrassed like that again, man. Surely the players are going to be up for it.
I think Box said something earlier in the chat.
Yeah,
he said that he was talking to this is where it was. What he said: if we play solid, we'll have a chance to get a win. Again, it's City and it's a derby. We've done this before, but anything goes south and that train gets rolling south. I think the difference is Uncle Pep ain't about to slow down like Klopp.
No. If it's free, we need to score the first goal for me.
I think the first 15 minutes
is key. Yeah. Because it can't. If they score early, it's like, oh my gosh, the floodgates are just gonna open, and City they're worse than Liverpool. I think they can just pop it round. They can walk into the goal from their players. So
I think the thing is though about City is that because there are times that they're so obsessed with Pep's way in possession, there are times where I think they could score that they don't because they're always looking for the extra pass. Yeah. They're looking to walk it in the goal instead of just putting the ball in the back of the net. And I just hope that it's not one of those games where they should score, but they're not. David De Gea standing on his head because either we have to win or we have to get slapped. None of this. We're losing.
I saw your thing on Osman's channel. I heard what you're saying.
I can't. First off, people are like, I couldn't deal with the pain. Look, I watched the video of my guy Ty and how Ollie broke him last week. Right, he broke my man. That's my guy. Ty's my guy, and he broke him. He had my guy Biz over there. Look, Biz was so hemmed up. Yeah. He's about to grab a Trinidad and Tobago flag and put it on. That's how his mind's gone.
Yeah.
And Trinis and Jamaicans don't roll like that. I've lived with island people and I lived in Trinity, so I get how we roll. I get it. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. The quicker Ollie goes, the better for me, for the fan base, because we're so divided. Until we get back together and get back against the Glazers where it belongs, it's not even about. For me, it's not even Ollie in or Ollie out anymore. It's that we're never going to win the league with him. So why we keep persistent?
Yeah.
Right.
Like I always say, we have to look at it from their eyes. Like you say, if we're going to lose, we should get slapped. If we do get slapped, I still don't think is enough for him. I think the Glazers will just say, you know what? What do you mean, man? What do you mean I'm here, bro? Listen,
Jonathan's my guy, man. Jonathan Johnson's my guy.
yeah, I'll say. So if we do get slapped, the Glazers, they'll think, you know what? International break. Let's just let everyone calm down. We'll be back. We got Watford next. Maybe that's a game to get another 3 points, and then Champions League. We're top of the group. We got Jonathan, man. He was back in. Listen, my whole thing is
listen. Jerry been Ollie. Listen. Jerry. Listen. He was holding that banner for a minute, bro.
Listen, guys. I was never Oli. I was just trying to bring some balance to the argument because everyone can bash Oli. It gets boring.
You saw the videos, guys. Jerry was up there watching Ronaldo score. He was suing all over OT's parking lot.
If he
right?
was,
You saw Jerry. You saw him. Jerry got all these slippers. He got little slippers in his house. They got a 2 on one side, an O on the other, and it says Ollie Legend around the heels. Don't mess with my guy Jerry. He's doing his thing now though.
Listen, Ollie, he's done good things, but when you look at the other teams and how they're moving, like Ollie's never going to be better than any of those guys. So, like you said, why are we wasting time?
Yeah. Klopp, Tuchel, Conte. Arteta's better than him in the moment, but especially we can't beat Arteta anyway, right?
We went for every Premier League manager. Ollie's bottom 3.
Really?
All the managers in the league.
I'm thinking Graham Potter's better. If Unai Emery's not coming, but you got Eddie Howe. He's in my opinion better.
Rafa
Benitez for sure. Hasenhüttl, I don't know. A lot of people like him.
No. What he did at Leipzig, he brought Leipzig to the map. He brought Leipzig on the map. So I'll say yeah. Ranieri, I'll say he's a better coach.
And not just that. Listen, watch this. Watch the haters come out.
Go on.
Sean Dyche. Can Ollie do what Sean Dyche has done and keep Burnley up?
He will get them relegated. Facts. He's not staying 5 years at Burnley.
Bro, the Ginger Menace gets it done. I want them down. Every year I'm like, I don't want to see Burnley again. Chris Wood, I don't need to see you again.
Yeah. But he knows how to do it, man. 4-4-2.
Listen, Jonathan chose violence tonight. Listen, Jonathan, I'm gonna tell you this. Jerry got his do-rag on, right? You don't come at Brian when he's ready for bed with the do-rag on because he's ready to go, right? Normally he's got patience, he got a smile. Tonight he ain't having it. Look.
Listen, Jonathan, with the Ollie stuff. We was all on the train. Let's not act like we wasn't. We was all on the train.
Hey, bro, I gotta be honest with you. I was never on the train. Even during the interim days, I wasn't on the train. Let me explain why. And a lot of people that followed me back then knew they called me a hater because I felt like, one, it was amazing when he was interim. I mean, it was amazing. But by then, by Mourinho, I had already made up my mind I wanted Poch. See, my best mate in London, well, actually, he says he's from North London. He ain't anymore. He done slipped out the Luton and rolls up to Milton Keynes, bro.
Okay.
You know he did. He on that biz flow right now, talking about North London. But here's the thing, bro. He had me so sold on Poch that I wanted Poch during Mourinho. So I wasn't even looking at Ollie like next. I thought, well, this is good in the season.
Yeah.
Let's get that Poch thing done. But then when he got the job, I was like, well, okay, it is what it is. I don't feel like it was a wise move.
Yeah.
Just give it to him. Give him to the end of the season. See what he does.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember back then it was called Full-Time Devils. I used to go on some of these channels and call in like United Stand, these different places. Yeah. And I remember McCullough was one of them that was like, I don't think we should give him the job yet. Wait till the end of the season. I was like, exactly. And then over here, ESPN, this guy, Craig Burley, he's chose violence from Ollie from the beginning.
Yeah.
So he had me corrupted. So I've never been like, yeah, it's true. It's true. I've never been on like the hype train, only because, like I said, I had a Poch agenda. So I wasn't giving the guy a real chance anyway. But then when we lost, man, that next season, we lost to Cardiff. Then the way we lost to Newcastle, then Everton. He talking about people ain't gonna be here. I'll be successful here. I'm like, hold on, fam. And then listen, You had the Burnley loss. That thing killed me because I hate him anyway. But then that semifinal loss to City, bro. Oh my days! The way he kept trying to play out the back.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, bro. We could probably sit here and name.
There's a lot, man.
We could name 20 losses probably that have been horrible. Like we're talking, bro. Last year we lost to a team that got relegated in Turkey.
Don't remind me, man.
And that's why I hate when people are like, "Oh, y'all are reactionary." I'm like, bro, I ain't been reactionary, fan.
There's a lot, yeah.
But at this point, bro, I just think that Ollie is he's too much of a shield for the Glazers. I don't think he's going no matter what happens.
That's what I think. That's exactly what I think, because unless it gets really, really bad, like we're 8th and 9th, and yeah, they'll probably. But as long as he's in that 4th, 5th, he can still get top 4. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. So we just have to back the boys and just hope for the best, man.
Do you agree with Jonathan on this? Because listen, I don't rate Arteta. I rate his drip. I mean, the man's got bad.
You see Arteta, but he was actually a coach. So at City, he was the coach there.
I think that Arteta's. I see what he's trying to do at times. I think he has. One, I don't think they have the players. They definitely their owner is a bigger scumbag than ours.
Oh yeah.
But I think that ultimately with Arteta, I don't think he's got good man management at all. Where Ollie, I think that he's okay with some people. Where I think Arteta's a good coach, but I just feel like with some of his players, like look how he's just thrown some people out that he could get a tune out of, like Guendouzi. Like Guendouzi, look.
Yeah, but I think that one he had to stamp his foot down, man. Like,
bro, he ain't done enough to be stamping feet.
I know. That's true. Yeah. But he's showing. At least he's showing like he's not Ollie, because Ollie, no matter what with his favors, if for Guendouzi was his favorite, he will still be playing. But Arteta, he's thinking no. Even with like Lacazette and Aubameyang was late one day. He was out of the team. Like he don't play like.
Well, thanks, man. You could tell that my hurt is genuine. You can tell my hurt is genuine. My hurt is real. And don't feel sorry for them other guys either. Goldbridge used to have me come on back in the day when they didn't have hardly any subs. Now all of a sudden couldn't get an answer back. You know, some people once they never know, but don't respond right now. You got Howson. I used to always watch all of his stuff, but under Ollie, let's just call it what it is. I wonder sometimes if guys like Howson are employed by the club or something. You just wonder because the agenda and like that they run over on the paddock. I'm like, wow, like
yeah, you can tell they're not top Reds, but they just want to back the team no matter.
Yeah. It's like, are you working for the club or something? I don't know. I'm just saying, there's good things they do. I still watch all their stuff when I can because I'm over here. And then you have Terry. I think Terry is
big up Terry, man.
I like Terry. The thing I like about Terry is that he's like me in this respect. I feel like he doesn't do the echo chamber thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's like me. He lets anybody have any opinion.
Yeah.
And at least that's what I've gathered from watching him. Seems pretty cool. I would go on the show. I mean, he ain't ready for a gank like me, though. I'll get him canceled. I think Terry's cool, man, as far as what I've seen. I think that what else did he do one time that impressed me? With I think with the no echo chamber thing, he's pretty legit about that. I got time for it. And plus, Terry, I think if Terry knew me, he would have me on the channel. I don't think that he
man. Terry will have anyone. Like
I think that he doesn't he doesn't just I think he doesn't like okay, everyone's gotta think like me or look like me or be from where I'm from, right? So have you been going to Terrace, Jerry?
I've been to one of his Friday night lives. Was that like last month? I've been on the Terrace like once or twice, but yes, it's fan driven, man. It's fun.
Bob's goes on there, right? Who goes on there that we know?
Bob's was a host for one of the shows. I know he left, but he was on there regular. Ty's been on his show a couple times.
Oh yeah,
yeah, man. He's Channel 6 still.
Oh okay, yeah. I think that
Oh gosh.
Bro. That's the thing.
To be honest, that's a fair point though. Conte's Champions League record is a bit crap.
Yeah. Conte's focus is the league, but I think if you gave him a big enough squad where he could really do bits, I think that he'd be all right. I mean, he can't be any worse than what we have right now. We have no business having a point right now in the Champions League the way we played. If you really deep it, look at all the games.
Yeah, Ronaldo to the rescue, man.
Bro, smash and grab FC.
Yeah.
I mean, Ronaldo and De Gea.
Yeah.
Right? Both of them.
Literally.
See, it's been crazy. Well, Jerry, man, I know you go get some sleep because you got to be up in the morning, bro. Thanks for coming through and giving me some shout out here. You're saying, what's your final score, Jerry?
I said 2-1 but now that we're coming to that, I got back the boys, man. Old Trafford, come on, man. This is the Manchester derby, man. We got to do it, man. As much as people want us to lose, I just can't harbor that same feeling. I think we could lose, but it's a derby, man. Let's go for it. I'm going to change my prediction. I'm going to go 2-1 United, man.
Let's go. Come on, United. Right? We're going to beat City, according to Jerry. Listen, guys, if you don't know, go follow at Jerry United. Go over subscribe to his YouTube channel if you haven't by now. Listen, going to get good content over there. One day when I'm cool enough and big enough, he'll let me come on the stream. Anyway, listen, like Jerry says, hallelujah, holla back, guys. Anyway, Jerry, get big up, bro. Thanks for jumping in.
You too, man. Take care.
I'll be in the group chat tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Jonathan, I want real quick. I got to run, guys, but I want to read this what they promised to me. I don't know any of these folks to know Jonathan, but I'm assuming that they're just people that are from knowing what I know about you. I'm guessing they're the kind of the top gunners that just back Arteta no matter what, because we have that in our fan base as well. Our fan base is very similar. So I think that it's bad if you only have one type of fan on. But Jonathan, here's one thing I've learned since I've been doing YouTube very long, but I've learned this: if I would just be overtly, blatantly, toxically positive and just be everything we're doing is great and really be living up the club's bum and all about Ollie's great, Ollie, I would have a bigger following and a bigger fan channel. But I'm not doing this for like likes and views, and I just want to talk football with you guys. Wherever it goes, it goes. But I think that a lot of people do what they do for effect. I think that North American, U.S., Cali, Canada, no. It's crazy, bro. I didn't even realize that. That makes me mad then. That makes me mad. This dude's got all kinds of representation from my side of the world and ain't got the Yankee love to love. Man, this guy's a pagan. Tell him, Jonathan, send him a message. Say, bro, you better get Sean on. Talk some facts. I don't know what they're going over there. But nah, man, there's a lot of these guys that they're just overly positive and overly reactionary, sometimes for the clicks and views. And plus, a lot of the top fans, they like that because it's back the club no matter what. What they don't realize is I don't love my club any less than you when I call out a sinking ship is sinking, right? If the ship is going down, me singing about how amazing the ship is when it's sinking ain't doing me any good, right? Get off the freaking boat. I don't care who's driving it. I don't care who's at the wheel. All it can be at the freaking wheel. If the bus is crashing, I want off the bus before we wreck. Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta go, bro. But it's good to see you guys. All of you that are on. Thank you, all of you that have subscribed. You've got me to 100, man. That's crazy. Really appreciate it. Big up all of you. Thank you so much for being on. Next week, I'm going to have a show where we talk about. I'll probably have Stephen Eatley back on. He's an Arsenal fan that has a channel, so we can talk about our two clubs' managerial situations. Where if we were going to replace our manager, who do we want and why? We're going to have a show for you about that next week, so let me know. Anyway, guys, Manchester United 2, City 1. That's how Ollie rolls. He is inevitable. He don't lose even when we should, right? If we lose, hope we don't, but if we do, I pray Uncle Pep slaps us. You say, well, ain't you going to be mad? Ain't you going to be hurt? I don't think so, because Liverpool killed me last week, and dead men don't feel anything. I'm broken. Anyway, guys, big ups. All of you that are watching, Jonathan, Box, Tragic, you know who you are. All of you that's jumped in the city. Jerry, thanks for joining. Steven, thanks for joining. Connor, thanks for jumping in. Reese Mason, big up. All right, guys, till next time, this has been Sean from Wild Red Show. I'm out.